You are listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report, episode number 219.1, the Daily Report, our daily update on high school, college, and professional sports news in Central Indiana, with a little bit of major national sports news, anything that may be of interest to Central Indiana sports fans.
You're listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report with your host, Greg Mengels.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whenever you've chosen to listen to the Central Indiana Sports Report, we thank you so much for spending part of your day with us. Today is March 29th, 2025. It's a Saturday, so it's another day for the Central Indiana Sports Report. I'm your host, Greg Mengel, and I love Central Indiana sports. Coming to you today from Stage 22 in beautiful Elwood, Indiana. Producer Susie is in the control room at headquarters in beautiful Jeffersonville, Indiana. Coming up, we have NCAA tournament results, a matchup of ranked teams in local high school softball, and lots of local college baseball, softball, and swimming. But first, I'm going to ask you to please go to our YouTube page and subscribe. Just search Central Indiana Sports Report. It's easy to find. Also, earlier Saturday, we released our Major League Baseball season preview with baseball fanatics Josh Ziegler and Paul Tipton. Saturday is the boys basketball state finals, and we will have our scoreboard show on Sunday sometimes, and we expect to have reports from multiple reporters who are at the field house covering it on Saturday. Plus, we have our Frankton Spring Sports Media Day that I did on Saturday morning. We will have that posted for you on Monday afternoon. Another really great Purdue basketball season came to an end with a heartbreaking 62-60 loss to number 1 seed Houston in the regional semifinal at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis on Friday night. The Boilermakers trailed 56-46 with under 8 minutes left, but rallied behind Braden Smith to complete a 14-4 run and tie the game at 60 on Camden Heidi's Smith-assisted three-pointer with 35 seconds left. Braden Smith, the best player in college basketball, assisted on all 11 Purdue baskets in the second half. Houston got possession after the ball was tipped out of bounds with 2 seconds left. The game's leading scorer, Miles Uzan, cut back door on the inbound pass and got a wide-open layup with 0.9 seconds left. That gave the Cougars a 62-60 lead. After the game, Purdue coach Matt Painter explained what went wrong with the final defensive possession.
We kind of going through what they could run, whatever, and so we were going to help out to the outer third, and then we talked about the flare going out the other side, and then when they went to that way, that's Trey's man was able to step, to the basketball there. But when you saw Miles make that play earlier, and he got that steal, so we just help out on that outer third, and then the other guy who was guarding the guy coming out on the outer third takes the ball. So when Braden jumped out to the other side, it opened up that seam, and we had to get back there, and we just didn't cover it back up.
Smith got a decent look at a three-point attempt in the final second. It was online and honestly looked like it was going to be good, but it came up short. He finished with 7 points and 15 assists in the final game of his junior year. Purdue had 20 assists on 21 field goals.
I mean, yeah, it sucks because you want to win every single game that we play, and obviously going down 10, a lot of teams kind of give up, and they're like, oh, well, that's game. So I thought we fought really hard, and we dug down deep defensively to get those stops to come back, and we did everything we could, and we just had a little miscommunication at the end, and they converted on it. So, I mean, props to them.
Fletcher Lawyer had 16 points to pace Purdue. Purdue shot just 40.4% and made just 8 of 27 three-pointers. Houston shot just 37.7%, but out-rebounded the Boilermakers 38-29 and had 16 offensive boards. Houston will play Tennessee, a 78-65 winner over Kentucky, in Sunday's first regional final at 2:20 at Lucas Oil Stadium. That's ahead of Auburn versus Michigan State at 5:05 after the top seed Tigers beat Michigan 78-65, and the Spartans took care of Ole Miss 73-70 Friday evening in Atlanta. The first two of the Final Four will be decided Saturday evening. At 6:09, number 1 seed Florida will face number 3 seed Texas Tech. I guess is now the Cinderella of the tournament. That game is in San Francisco. Then number 1 Duke is against number 2 Alabama in the East. The game is in Newark at 8:49 on Saturday evening. Both games are on TBS. Sunday's games are in Indianapolis and Atlanta and are on CBS. 4 teams have advanced to the Elite Eight in the women's NCAA tournament. On Friday, top seed South Carolina and UCLA advanced, as did 2 seed Duke and 3 seed LSU. South Carolina beat Maryland 71-67. UCLA pulled away from Ole Miss 76-62. Duke won a really low-scoring game over rival Carolina 47-38, and LSU got past NC State 80-73. On Sunday, South Carolina and Duke will battle for the regional championship with a spot in the Final Four on the line. That will be played in Birmingham at 1. Then it's UCLA against LSU in Spokane at 3. Both games are on ABC. 4 more teams will earn trips to the Elite Eight Saturday. It starts at 1 o'clock with Notre Dame against TCU in Birmingham, followed by top seed Texas against Tennessee at 3:30. Both of those games are on ABC. In the evening in Spokane, UConn takes on Oklahoma at 5:30. Then it's the Juju-less USC Trojans against Kansas State at 8. The 2 evening games are on ESPN. To some local high school softball, LaPel beat Hamilton Heights 5-2 in a battle of ranked teams early in the high school softball season. Senior Layla Gore went 3 for 4 with a double and drove in a pair of runs. And senior Tatum Harper scored twice for Class 2A's top-ranked team. Ava Zadowski allowed just 1 earned run on 6 hits in the complete game win. For 3A, number 10 Heights, Haley Hall went 2 for 4 and drove in a run. Also in Hamilton County, Southeastern beat Carmel 10-3. McKenna Burlingame had 3 RBIs for the Royals. Ellie Goddard had a double and drove in 2 runs for the Greyhounds. The Indiana Golf Coaches Association preseason poll is out. Westfield is number 1 and received 12 of the 14 first-place votes. Conference rival Zionsville is number 2 and Center Grove is 3rd. They received 1 first-place vote apiece. Hamilton Southeastern's 4th, Noblesville 5th, Garin Catholic 6th, Homestead 7th, and Carmel 8th. So 5 of the top 8 teams are from Hamilton County. And then Fishers is 16th. Pendleton Heights comes in at 18th, and Eastbrook is 20th to start the season. We had a couple of local college teams in softball action on Friday. Taylor beat Calumet by a run twice Friday to improve to 20-8 on the season. The Trojans won game 1 9-8, and then game 2 14-13 in Upland. Livy Lehman drove in 5 runs in game 1, and Grace Mullins won it with a walk-off single in the bottom of the 7th. The scored freshman Bella Browning from Tipton. In the nightcap, Madison Stanstridge RBI single drove home Madison Rayleigh for the game-winning run in a wild one. It was the 4th RBI of the contest for the junior from Madison Grant. The Trojans host number 11 Marion for 2 on Saturday afternoon. 18th ranked Indiana Wesleyan split a doubleheader with visiting Marion on Friday. Marion took game 1 5-1, and the Wildcats won game 2 16-8. IWU scored 7 times in the second and 6 times in the fifth in game 2. Morgan Yeater went 5 for 5 with a double, 3 runs, and 3 RBIs in the nightcap win. To college baseball, IU split a doubleheader at home against USC Friday. IU lost game 1 10-5, then won game 2 13-6. On the day, Jake Hanley was 6 for 10 with a double, a home run, 3 runs, and 6 RBIs. The Hoosiers are now 15-12, 6-5 in the Big Ten. The series concludes Saturday at noon. Purdue lost game one of a 3-game series at home against number 24 UCLA 8-5 on Friday at Alexander Field. Albert Choi homered as the first Boilermaker batter of the game, and Lucas Cook, Brandon Rogers, and Ty Gill all had 3 hits apiece for the 20-5 Boilermakers. Gill had an RBI triple in the 6th that got Purdue within 6-5. Ball State opened its 3-game set at Akron with an 11-2 win Friday to improve to 6-1 in the MAC. Dylan Grego's RBI single in the 4th put the Cardinals ahead 6-2. His 3-run home run in the 6th gave them a 9-2 lead. Alex Richter and Nick Hazovsky also homered in the win. Number 13 Taylor's 28-5 and 9-1 in the Crossroads after sweeping Bethel 8-2 and 12-1 Friday. On the day, Mason David was 5 for 7 with 3 runs and 2 RBIs. Braden Manning had 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and Caleb Colpine had a home run and 4 RBIs on the day. Like softball, Indiana Wesleyan split with Marion in a doubleheader. The Wildcats lost game 1 15-1 before rebounding for a 7-3 victory in game 2. They scored 5 times in the second inning of the nightcap, highlighted by Ty Matthews' go-ahead 2 RBI single in the bottom of the second. Matthews then put the game away with a 2-run homer in the 5th. The Wildcats and Knights play 2 more Saturday afternoon. IUK won for the 5th and 6th times in the last week, taking 2 games at Midway 9-2 and 14-9. The Cougars scored their 23 runs on 25 hits. Gavin Smith hit for the cycle in game 2 and drove in 3 runs and scored twice. The 2 teams play 2 more on Saturday afternoon. Anderson opened its 3-game series at Transylvania with a 7-5 win. Anderson jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Behind the top of its lineup, combined Charlie Jones, Ben Setzinger, and Griffin Wolf were 7 for 14 with 5 runs and 5 RBIs. Jones had a double and a stolen base as well. The Ravens are now 14-7 and play Transy twice more on Saturday. Ball State's men's volleyball team dropped a 5-set home match to Quincy. The Cardinals had led 2-1 before losing the 4th 25-21 and the 5th 15-8. Lucas Machado had 43 assists for the 16-9 Cardinals. IU divers went 1-2 in the 3-meter event Friday in the NCAA men's swimming and diving national finals at Federal Way, Washington. Carson Tyler repeated as the national champion in the event, and 1-meter champion Quentin Henninger was second. IU's Maxwell Heinrich was 7th, so IU had 3 of the top 7. Purdue's duo of Jordan Zebka and Maxwell Miller were 9th and 14th, respectively. Also for IU, senior Brooks Finn was 4th in the 100 breaststroke. IU junior Owen McDonald was 6th in the 100 backstroke. And in the 400 medley relay, Brooks, McDonald, Tomer Frankel, and Matthew King finished 5th. IU is 3rd after day 2 in the team standings, behind only Texas and Cal. The final day is Saturday, and the finals will be the mile, the 200 backstroke, the 100 freestyle, the 200 breaststroke, the 200 fly, platform diving, and the 400 freestyle relay. Looking ahead to Saturday, of course, we have 4 boys basketball state finals. We don't have any local teams, but there are regional teams in 3 of the 4 finals, and the 2A game has a couple of them. From Hamilton County, reigning 4A champion Fishers takes on Jeffersonville for back-to-back state championships. And in the 2A title game, it's University against Manchester of the Three Rivers Conference. Clinton Prairie of the Hoosier Heartland took on Orleans early Saturday. Get updates all day Saturday from all of the state finals from the Fieldhouse, from Grant Schaus. You can follow him on Twitter at @Schaus_Grant. Schaus is SHOUSE_Grant. The indoor track and field state finals are on Saturday. We'll have results from that on Sunday's scoreboard. We should have some local state champions or at least some contenders. IU softball has a doubleheader at Ohio State at noon and 2:30, and Purdue is at Nebraska at noon to start a series with the Cornhuskers Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Weather postponed Ball State's game Friday at Bowling Green, so the Cardinals and Falcons will play twice on Saturday at 1 and 3. And 3 and 7 Anderson is at Berea for a pair of games Saturday as well. And the Pacers look to stay hot when they visit the NBA's top team, the Oklahoma City Thunder. That game is at 8 o'clock. And now you know everything we know about Central Indiana sports. Thank you so much for listening. Please help us continue to grow and thrive by sharing these segments with your friends and family. It's easy to do. Please help. Thank you in advance. Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie.